Oh, crap. Forget
Hey.
it. Hold on.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
I want to fool them every time.
yeah, I don't recognize you. Who is
Chuck Kimmerly,
that?
who you've never been to lunch with.
Yeah, I've never been. I'd like
Hey,
to
I
have met.
like that image. That water droplets on something.
Do you know I got my first digital camera, one of those Canon gray plastic ones. I think it
Oh
was
yeah.
6 megapixels maybe. And I was out and it was raining, so I didn't go out. I was in the car waiting for the rain to pass, and that was the rain on the inside of the windshield, just playing around,
Isn't that fun?
like 2002. So I read a fascinating article in the New York Times.
Okay.
It was about, I don't want to try to summarize it, but it was about looking at art and taking the time to look at it, not just like we do on Instagram for 3 seconds swipe, 3 seconds swipe, 3 seconds swipe, but really looking at it, studying it, examining it, seeing how it makes you feel, and what do you notice the more you look at it. And so they challenge their readers. They have a painting they put up, and they challenge their readers to look at it for 10 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
So I started, I think I crapped out around 3 or 4 minutes. I just found that my attention span has been so damaged by the internet and social media. So after you stop, it shows you a graph of how long everyone in the test did it.
Wow. And does it say how
And
many people?
well,
Curious.
no,
No.
it doesn't
Okay.
tell
That's
me.
okay.
But I'm assuming with the New York Times, a lot of people.
Yes.
Well, let's start off with less than 1 minute. How many people, what percentage do you think looked at the image
Oh,
for less
50.
than 20,
50%.
25% listened
Whoa.
for less than a minute? 1 to 2 minutes, 19%. 2 to 3 minutes, 12%. 3 to 4 minutes. Now you're sticking it out because, boy, my limit is around 3 minutes for like a YouTube video, only 8%. Then it goes to 4%, 3%, 2%, less than one, less than one, less than one. Then you get down to 10 minutes, and that's the bottom one.
Wow.
And
So
5% of the people did stick it out for 10 minutes, which I tried it a couple times. I just couldn't do it. And I realized I've been dumbed down by the internet. I saw
those
recently.
people,
Oh, go ahead.
the people who did it for 10 minutes, they're just overachievers. You know what I mean? They
I'm
had
gonna
to be that, like, I'm gonna do this if it kills me or not.
I'm gonna guess they were older people, less involved with social media, who were probably still subscribing to newspapers,
Yeah.
reading physical books, and I'm guessing. Now, I saw a great video by David Bowie. He was asked back in the 90s about the internet,
Wow.
and was he excited about it? And he says, I don't think we have any idea what the internet's going to do to society. And he implied that there were probably some really bad things coming. And I think this is one of them. I have been dumbed down. I can't look at an image for 10 minutes. So, what are the implications about people looking at our art? How long are they looking at it for?
They're
How much
swiping through.
how much deep meaning do I get because I didn't look at your image for more than 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And what does it imply for portfolios? Bangers, yeah, that's going to grab my attention. I'll look at that for maybe 30 seconds, but then I'm on to looking for the next banger. How about a portfolio that
Yeah.
requires me to look at 15 or 20 images and really understand what the portfolio is about?
I got this book that I shared the other day. I mean, it's 160 pages of beautiful, stinking photography, Eric Bennett's book. And it was interesting because here's my process. I got the book and I went, oh my word, oh my God, right? But then I stopped because I said, this is irreverent, is how I felt in that moment. And I waited until the grandkids were in bed, the house was quiet, and I didn't even make it through the whole book in the first sitting. I
Well, and
really wanted,
what if
I
you had
wanted,
spent 10 minutes per image?
yeah,
That's quite a
I
time.
didn't spend 10 minutes per image, but I didn't just go flip, flip, flip. I mean, there was one image, and it's this one specific, and I wish we could see it, but it's unbelievably good. So much better if he just made it black and white. But seriously, even as a color image, it just stopped me in my tracks. I mean, literally stopped me. And I just sat there and I couldn't go any further after that image. So I think you're right. I know I'm totally guilty that I, do the swiping through. And every once in a while I get stopped by an image, but I'm not spending enough time.
I think a book, in my opinion, or at least for me, a book is much easier to spend time with
Yeah.
than and also what's the quality of this image versus a book image? I mean, there's a huge difference. So I'd love to hear from others. Do you feel you've also been dumbed down by social media and the internet? Are you able to look at an image for 10 minutes and really study it?
Yeah.
And if you can't, why do you think that is?
Yeah. Yeah, good thoughts, and really worthy of thinking about. I did a reel, we're talking about, you and I are so dumb about all this stuff. A reel is just a little short video clip, less than a minute, way back when I was doing that on Instagram. And I remember saying, what are we doing with social media? How are we interacting with other photographers' work? I mean, are we honoring the fact that they've worked hard to produce this image and now are having the courage to share it with the world? And what are we doing? And so my invitation in that particular little video clip was, and I'll do it here, maybe we should think about how we're honoring the work that we love, that we're heading out to that phone to look at every day, right? And to honor it, maybe we should do more than smash the like button. We should actually spend a little bit more time, maybe not 10 minutes, maybe a minute. That's a long time even, right? And then maybe write something. Maybe take a minute to honor that person's ability to share their soft underbelly, that's hard and takes courage sometimes, and say, and by the way, to finish this discussion, there's a new follower of ours on this show, and I think it's her. I complimented her because when she made a comment about yours and my images, when we did that comparing image from the Faroe Islands, it was all about how it made her feel. Your image made her feel this way. My image made her feel this way. And it was refreshing to get feedback like that, rather than, this is this for this technical reason and that technical reason, and the composition. It had nothing to do with that. So it's clear to me that she took the time to think about how she felt about our presentation and give feedback that way. So anyways, that's the invitation, but I love your question. Have we been dumbed down by social media, and what can we maybe do to rethink our
Well,
process?
that's a whole new question. What can we do about that? I think about Brooke's suggestion that we publish PDFs that
Yes.
people download, see a bigger image, and spend time with it, kind of like a book.
Yep.
And maybe that's an option. I don't know.
I love that option. You've done that. I have yet to do it, and I promised that I would. So that's something that's on my to-do list. I think Jason, one of our best viewers, I think he's going to do one. That was basically from Brooks's Out of Chicago Live, which they're going to do again in April. It was a great invitation. Everybody, do it and send it out to the world for free. Let's not worry about
Yeah,
making
yeah,
money.
yeah.
That's a
Good.
that's a good idea for this. I'm glad you added that, because that's a great way to maybe break that little cycle of social media. Good. Always
Okay.
good to chat with you, buddy. Take care.
See you.